All right, hi, my name is Emily Vargas. Today I'm going to be talking about integrating digital tools for our emerging readers. Just to begin this presentation, I want you to take a moment to pause the video and really reflect on this question. What are your fears about using digital tools for your young learners? So these are our emerging readers, like kindergartners, preschoolers, first graders, second graders. Once you have reflected, please come back to the video. All right, now that you have reflected on those fears, I want you to know that you are not alone. There are definitely some fears I have on my own when integrating digital tools in early and elementary. So before we talk about the importance of integrating digital tools, I want us to talk about two different types of digital tools that I'm going to be referring to a lot today. So we have instructional and constructive tools. So instructional tools allow you to teach via this app. So iReady, Epic, Nearpod, these are all examples, or Dreambox. These are all examples of different instructional tools that either find the level of the student or you input the level of the student, and they provide books or provide programs, curriculum to teach the child a concept. And then there are, constructive tools that allows students to create something based on what they've learned. So an example of this would be Seesaw or Google Drawings or maybe even Google Website. These are all tools that allow students to create something. All right. Now that we have that vocabulary, let's talk about why digital tools are important for our young learners. Well, I looked at a study that focused on or looked at the effect of incorporating multimodal text or tools in early education. There were 459 students within this survey, and they were from a wide range of socioeconomic background, and this study expanded over 4 years. So they looked at the benefits for students. They found that instructive tools allows students to get introduced and to practice foundational skills that are inherent to literacy, which children need to acquire in order to enable later or more complex investigations. It even built their letter recognitions and their sounds basic vocabulary as well. It supported the acquisition of foundational literacy and numerical skills, together with manipulatives, natural materials, and other experiences. And it really promoted the multimodal literacy. It was effective and an engaging way to learn, and essentially promoted multimodal literacy within the classroom. I looked at another study that looked at constructive tools, or implementing constructive tools in the early education world. And they found that students used multiple levels of Bloom taxonomy when using constructive tools like Seesaw. It was an awesome tool to promote motivation, engagement, and a sense of accomplishment and ownership of their learning. Yes, there are benefits for students, but there are also benefits for teachers. It allows teachers to foster that creativity, to document growth and the learning process for their students, and allows for differentiation and explicit teaching. It allows you to input their level, specifically using instructional tools, and then you can easily see the growth that they're making or the growth that they're not making. Make those decisions on what you would teach and what you wouldn't teach via the tool. And it allows that to be kind of easy because you're just inputting what you know, what they need, and then allowing the program to work its magic. So it really allows you to work smarter, not harder. All right, so now that we know why digital tools are important for our young learners, let's talk about how we implement it. I looked at a different study, this is what I referenced before, that focused on this question. What pedagogy practices motivate young children to create authentic and personally meaningful digital tools, digital artifacts using the constructive app. And they looked at what motivates students and what type of thinking skills they use when they were creating those constructive tools. Now, they found that in these classrooms that engage in constructive apps, you need to have, and this goes without saying, rules and routines. So I've posted some rules and routines there. This is from a classroom, as well as one directly from the study. So the general routines on the bottom was found directly from the study. So it goes without saying, rules and routines are needed when you're introducing any digital tools or all throughout the use of digital tools within the classroom. And these are some other routines that were indicated on the study. I would encourage you to pause it and to read through these routines and to see how it could potentially fit in your own classroom. As you know, procedures, routines, you have to find whatever fits your classroom. So we can take this as, oh, great, this is a great idea, but always, you know that you need to make sure you find something that works for your classroom. So these are just a good example and what worked in the classrooms that the study really looked into. Now, yes, we know that rules and routines are needed when we are implementing these digital tools within our classroom. But in order to promote that motivation and engagement, we want to make sure that we do a couple of things. So we want to make sure that we are constantly link our previous lessons to one another. So this way students are building on their knowledge and they can build something based on what they are continuously learning and really developing new concepts that they're really understanding. They also found in the study that when students are working with a friend or someone that they can easily communicate with, they were a lot more motivated and engaged and built a higher quality of work. They also found that when the child was able to choose the digital tools that they liked, they were way more motivated and again produced that higher quality of work. So we want to make sure that we're building that motivation by using those tools indicated in the study and making sure that there are rules and routines. All right, now I want you to reflect on what we talked about. We know that digital tools are important and we know that we need to have those routines and those ways to build that motivation when implementing these things in our own classroom. How can you now overcome your fears to promote multimodal literacy? I want to leave you with this quote from that second study that will be linked in the video description. It said, the main difference about learning in the 21st century is not that it is digital, but rather it is multimodal. In today's world, we are increasing in the use of multimodal text. In order to prepare our students, we need to make sure that we are using that within our classroom and teaching them how to build on those skills. So how are you now going to do that within your classroom? Thank you.